We have the Honda Civic here. This right headlight's not so bad, but it's at the start of the phasing out, the hazing, as you want to say. And this one right here, you can definitely tell it's got some marks. So what we're going to do is we're going to try this one, and let's see, should we do the 350 Super Duty or a Volkswagen Beetlebug? Let's see what they look like. We have the Super Duty here, and as you see, it's not really that bad. These aren't made to be totally clear, but it's got the little teeny scratches in there. You can pretty much see it. So we're probably going to address this since this is my Super Duty. We also got the Beetle. Let's go look at the headlight on it and see what it looks like. You see, the Beetle's not so bad either, but it's just got the start of the fading on there, the little hazing it goes over it. It's pretty much from the sun breaking down the plastic, the outer layer of it a little bit. So we're going to try a few different things, see what works, what don't. Some people talk about toothpaste works. I know if you go to some car dealers, and I've listened to a couple of them talk, they spray WD-40 on it. That's a joke. That's just a way to sell the car, make it look good. First time you wash it or get a good rain, that comes right off. So funny how they do that half-butt way just to sell you a car. But we're going to fix it the right way. But one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to clean the headlight, because you don't need to be rubbing on it with anything on there. Clean it with a little 409, or you can clean it with some Windex or something like that, but you just want to kind of make sure it's nice and clean to start with, and then we can work from there. So let the chemicals or the compounds or whatever we use work its way. So get the top layer of dirt off it, make sure we got all the bugs and all the other crud off of it. So, and really, I mean, it's clean, but it's still hazed over looking. So anyways, first thing we're going to try is the toothpaste. Everyone says, well, toothpaste, rub toothpaste on there. Well, let's find out, see what it does. Now, I've got some Crest in here, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think this is going to work. But I will say this. Now, I use a sock, an old sock right here. Stepped in some mud with this, had my boots, got a hole in it, so you know it's perfect for doing this. Now, the idea behind this is when it's got the little bit of a grit in there, that's like it's saying it's going to take off the little bit of haze on here, like it takes off anything off your teeth. Well, I still don't think that's going to work. I think the idea is something, if you use something like a jeweler's compound, I think that would work. I just don't think toothpaste is going to do it. I don't think it's going to change anything. And if it does change anything, boy, you'd be here rubbing for days and days and days. So, let's see if we get anything different out of this. Now, I do have a buffer. Okay, now here's the thing about the buffer. If you use a buffer, you're probably going to have to take the headlight off the car, because if you hit the paint or finish with a buffer, it will take the paint clean off. So don't do that. Alrighty. I mean, I don't see any difference, to be honest with you. I think we'd be better off with some sort of like boat rubbing compound or something like that that has to remove the haze off of fiberglass. I think that would do better than toothpaste. I guess someone just got the bright idea of toothpaste because it's laying around the house and it's got technically like a little bit of a polish in it, but I just don't see it really. Heck, it didn't even remove the little sap stain right here. I just couldn't even cut it. So let's move on to the next one. I'd say no to Crest, no toothpaste. Now, so far, next up, we got 4 more that are coming up onto the try. And this is the BlueMagic Headlight Lens Restorer. I've got that one. And then I went ahead and got the rainx Headlight Restorer. And then I've got 2 that are not in that category. One of them is chrome polish. I know my stuff comes off, but this is Mother's, and boy, this does wonders on chrome, so I figure what the heck, we'll try it, right? Then I have some 3M, great products, marine rubbing compound. This stuff has to remove the oxidation off all the fiberglass and stuff. So, you know, that might just do a little bit of something there. Now, I've got a couple other more of the headlight restorers. So we're going to try, I'm going to try this one now. We're going to see what it does. Now, I will say this. I am starting to see a little bit of difference with the 3M product right off the bat. Had a couple of spots up here, and as I was rubbing, I actually watched them kind of go away where the toothpaste didn't even do it. So I'm addressing down here at the bottom, and it's already wiping away what the toothpaste couldn't even touch. So, and now I will say this, if you do it by hand, you're going to be here for a while. And they also say if it's really, really bad, and you can actually take the sandpaper and sand the headlight down and see what you get. Now, like I said, it's actually cleaning this up more than it was, but if you got these deep scratches like this one right here, that's where you can take some sandpaper to it. So far this has done great at some of the fine stuff. I mean, it's cleaned it up pretty decent. I can actually see in the headlight a little bit now. But it actually removed a little bit of that line. I left it there. Tried it with the toothpaste and it didn't do anything, but it's, get that back again. I bet you to go away. Get a little bit more on here. It's actually doing something. This is 3M. This rubbing compound. It seems to be doing something. So let's see if it gets this mark right off completely. I'm trying to keep everything on this side so we can look at the other side when we're done. Now this is one of those ones, I know if I had my buffer on it, I think this thing would actually do some good. Like you said, you got, I told you earlier, if you do the buffer, you need to take it out of the car, because the buffer will tear up some finish. And right now this is done by hand. Yeah, as you see, it's starting to take shape. So let's try another product. We'll go to another spot and see what we got. All right, now I'm actually using some of the BlueMagic, and I really didn't think it was going to do all that, but to be honest with you, I pretty much tackled this side right here, and man, it's clear. I can see the bulb in there and the reflector in there and everything, and it's kind of doing its job. A little bit shocked on that one. So now there's a little bit of dirt on the inside of these headlights, but on the outside it's actually cleaned it up pretty good. I've come back over here and started cleaning on this side, and so far just with a couple products, which toothpaste did not work. The 3M product did work a little bit. The BlueMagic seems to be helping out quite a bit. I mean, you can see the headlights now. Now this one was not as bad, so we're gonna have to try this one when it's heavily oxidized and see where it goes. But this otherwise cleared up pretty decent. Like I said, we're gonna address the scratches a little bit later on. I'm gonna break out some sandpaper and we're gonna sand this down and see if we can clean it back up. But so far, the BlueMagic cleaned this up pretty good. Let me show you. Let me show you up close. I mean, it's pretty nice. You can see in there pretty good. Now what I might have to do is get some photos before and after so I can put them side by side in the editor and show you. But otherwise, I mean, it's really not that bad. So that is what we're up to. With just, I hit it up with the 3M on the left side, and I used the BlueMagic on the right side of that headlight, and that's what we got so far. So let's try some more products. Now, this side's a lot worse than the other side was, but the other side looks really good. Now when I say sandpaper, because sometimes when they're heavily oxidized like this, you have to use sandpaper. And when I say sandpaper, it's like 2000 grit, and that is like pretty smooth. It almost feels like paper all by itself, but it's enough to scratch up your lens pretty good, so you have to finish through buffing it. And once you get going on it, what the idea is, can see the little fine little cracks on here. Well, the sandpaper sands it down to a new layer of the plastic, and then you just clean it up. But that, like I said, it can take a lot of rubbing on there. Buffer makes it a lot easier. You can do it with a drill too, as long as you stay away from the edges of the car, because those, when they're hot, will take the finish off that quick. So let's try the hard side. Let's see what it looks like. We're going to go ahead and put some into it, and we'll try some sandpaper here in a little bit. Now on this side, I decided I'm going to try the rainx product. And actually, right off the bat, it came out and it's a lot thicker. And let's see if maybe it does a little bit better. Let's see. Now I can feel a little bit of grit in this one. Well, that is starting to shine up. Isn't that amazing? I can definitely feel the grit. More so in this than I could the 3M product. And wow, this one's actually doing pretty decent. So we'll keep at it right now. No need to try a new product if it's actually working. You can see on the top it's actually starting to look like a headlight again, instead of like a faded piece of something. Now as you see, that looks 100% better. It's not perfect because there's still real fine little scratches through here, which would take the sandpaper to remove that. They're pretty much past the hand rubbing type thing. The other thing you got to watch out for is when you do it, any of the rubber that's around the outside, those compounds and polishes love to attach themselves to it. So you're probably going to have to wash the car afterwards. It actually left a little residue down here on the plastic bumper and up here on the edge, and as you see, it don't really want to come off. So you're going to have to wash the car afterwards, but I'll tell you right now, that headlight looks 110% better than what it was when I started out with. So it's actually doable. So anyways, that's rainx. I used a 3M product, the rubbing compound. I tried some toothpaste. I tried the BlueMagic. BlueMagic didn't do bad. I tell you what, as bad as this one was, that rainx did pretty good. So I've got a couple more products that we're going to try, and we're actually going to do another headlight where I actually sand this down, and we're going to see if it cleans it up even better. So we're going to call this one part 1 of the headlight restore, and we'll go to part 2 here later on today, but this one's going on right now. So anyways, hope that helps you guys. 11:59 videos, we're out.